What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, quite possibly, we are going to install the absolute smallest Nissan GT-R modification that I could possibly do. So here we have some LEDs. These are for the reverse lights and then these are for the interior dome lights. Now if you guys remember, maybe 2 years ago at this point, the first GT-R that I ever drove was that wide body Rocket Bunny GT-R. Thing was insane to drive. And while it was amazing driving a crazy looking GT-R with full bolt-ons, one of the things that always stood out to me, whenever you opened up the door, that car had LED dome lights. And the whole interior lit up so nicely. All the little things that were reflective lit up and had like a glisten to them. It just made the interior of that car look so crazy. Now that thing had a lot of carbon fiber on it, so just the light hitting it, there was something about opening the door to that car that just has always stuck with me ever since I drove that car. And then now that Mike's got a lot of LEDs within the Tacoma, I figured it'd be time to do a little bit to the GT-R. So these are the last fit LED lights. I'll have the link to their website down in the description below. They have stuff for pretty much every car. I have more stuff coming for the GT-R as well and more stuff for the Tacoma. But definitely check out the link to their website down in the description below. They will hook you guys up with some insane LEDs, not only for headlights, but interior, reverse lights, pretty much anything you can think of that you need an LED light for, they will hook it up. So we're gonna jump right into the installation of the reverse lights and the dome lights, and then at the end of the video I'll have a full comparison between the stock ones to the new ones. The stock ones have a very yellow tint to it. These new ones are going to be crystal white, so stay tuned for that. Now this should be the only tool I need, a flathead screwdriver to work on the reversing lights. So the way we get to them, I have this cargo net here. We just have a few little plastic grommets in here and then one in the center. We should pop them off and hopefully have some access. I believe there's like 4 tabs in the top. Just kind of firmly pull it somehow and it should kind of come off somehow. So that is this trim piece out, so we have the bare metal of the car now. So next up, you're gonna pull this up a little bit, this rubber grommet here, just kind of wiggle this piece off. And then this first light right in there, you can see the red cable. This is the reverse light. So just grab your hand, twist the bulb, and there we go. Next up, all we have to do is pull this bulb right out. Comes out just like that. And then the larger of the 2 bulbs that I had, those are gonna be the new reverse lights. So we'll just take this out of the packaging here. These have a cool design to it. They're actually like all metal. Really nice looking, as you can see. So we have LEDs on the left and the right side, and then some on the front, all metal construction. Really sweet looking. So now these should just slide right in place, just like the stock ones did. And then just like taking the other one out, we just fold it a little bit to stick it back into the actual taillight, and then twist it to lock it, and then we can close it up. And then with that LED install, you can actually get a look at it through the lens a little bit. You can see how the LED looks. Moving over to the original bulb, just a little glass bulb in there. So now we're gonna go ahead and turn the car on just to see a good before and after next to each other. So with the car in reverse now, the moment of truth, here is a good look at the stock one. Very yellow and really, really white. Wow, that is insane looking. So nice crystal white over onto the yellow, wow. All right, on to turning that off. That is so annoying. It always beeps whenever it is in reverse, no matter what. But those definitely look really sweet having the LEDs versus the normal ones. At nighttime, I will have a good comparison again, showing them in the dark. And I'm assuming the white ones are actually gonna light up the ground a little bit better, so the backup camera does a little bit better job. On to the interior dome lights. Now, so far, what do you guys think of the reversing lights? There's something about having a crystal white LED light versus the stock yellow ones that is just so nice. These ones, however, I'm gonna be using every single time I use the car pretty much. Obviously, I'm never going to see the reverse lights, so from my perspective, I don't actually get to enjoy them, but these I'll get to enjoy every single time I start up the car when it's dark out. So here's just a good look at the stock ones. Of course, normal yellow dome lights as you would expect. So then now to get this thing out, basically all we have to do is pop out the lens right here. So I'm gonna take a flathead screwdriver with some tape to pop off the centerpiece, and then I should be able to wiggle the lenses off and then just pull the plugs. So here's the tool that I'll be using, just a normal flathead screwdriver. I'm just gonna take some electrical tape on it Just gonna do this that way it doesn't mar up any of the plastic on the inside. Of course, if you do have actual plastic interior trim removal tools, that is gonna be a lot better, but improvising with what you have is always a good idea. So now, I should be able to just pop this thing right off. So I have the camera aiming straight up pretty much. I'm just wiggling it within this crack a little bit. Should be able to just pop it like that, and do the same on the underside. So with that wiggled out a little bit, I'm gonna pinch this one on the inside just to help get it away from the lens. So now this centerpiece is as free as it can get. And if you look, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's just little plastic tabs that are holding these lenses on. Just give it a firm pull like that. I'm even doing this one-handed. All right, there we go. So now in the light you can see a little bit better. So this just clips onto like 4 plastic little prongs or something. Just kind of rocks up and down. So just carefully wiggling this out a little bit. And then now we got the little bulb out, just a typical bulb, nothing too special on it. And then here's a good look at the new LED ones. And in the description below, I'll have the exact specs to these lights written down there. That way you can pick up the exact same ones for your own GTR or whatever car works. But you guys can always contact LastFit and they will set you up with exactly what's right for your car. But big difference between the two, really nice construction once again. It's like all metal, which is really cool to see. And then just looking at it compared to the stock bulb, pretty big difference. And then now to reinstall it, we're simply going to slide the new bulb right into the spot. It goes right into place. And then use my finger again, we can, wow, get a good look at that. And then to reinstall the lens, all we do is line it up with the 4 little prongs on the side of this. Pop that in place. And then the centerpiece just goes right on in the center, just like that. So you can see a huge difference already. The yellow light over on the left, and then the white over on the right. And at nighttime, we'll get a really good look how it lights up the interior, which I'm really excited for. So that is a really, really simple installation. The taillight, super easy to do for the reverse lights, and then the interior dome lights, that was actually a lot easier than I was expecting. And then actually I just noticed there are lights in here. Let me pop these off because I have one more set of those LEDs, because if these can be white as well, that'll be pretty sweet. All right, well it looks like that is the same exact bulb. Only drawback is I don't know how to turn that off. Okay, that's what I'm gonna have to do. One thing really cool with pillarless doors, you'll notice they all have some type of mechanism to actually make this window go up and down. So me just pressing that, it's simulating the door being closed. So that is some type of capacitive screw. As I was screwing it in and out, you could actually see everything flickering. And with that all off, just carefully, it's not hot at all, which is nice. I'm gonna pull this bulb right out. It looks like it is the exact same bulb, and actually that is really hot. Oh boy. And then with my other set of interior dome lights, we're gonna pop one of these in to see what the difference is. All right, into place. Now theoretically, if I put the screw in, that should illuminate. Wow, that is bright. Oh boy. And then just to cover this back up, this is actually hard to do because I can't really see, but oh my goodness. All right, there we go. So that's all the installations done now. The interior dome lights, the reversing lights, and what I just realized I could do, the door side lights, whatever you want to call them. Those ones might have been actually sent for the Tacoma. Mike doesn't need to know about that. But super easy installation overall. Now we're gonna wait about 4 hours. I will catch up with you guys a little bit later today and we will see what these things look like.
One eternity later.
So here's the before for the interior dome lights. Obviously it has a nice yellow tint to the whole interior of the car. Looking at it in person, it looks pretty much like what you're seeing on camera. Just a nice yellow tint. Obviously that's what they look like up there. And now we got the LEDs for the dome lights. You can see just how much brighter that is. It looks so cool. The white light is really illuminating the whole interior. And even using the camera now at dark, you can see how well the camera quality is. It's not grainy or anything. It looks like it's actually in daylight. But super bright, bright white versus yellow. Definitely makes the interior look really, really sweet. Onto the lights that are located on the door. You can see how this one's lit up. Just a nice yellow amber tint to it. And then as we come around to the driver's side, we now have a nice white LED to it. And you can even see how we have the ground lit up a little bit. Not really lighting up the ground at all. It's more of just lighting up right on the door. And then even now back on this side with the LED in place, you can see it lighting up the ground just in case the road light was throwing it off a little bit. So definitely a pretty nice upgrade. And then over on the inside, since one door is opened up, that has illuminated the interior just a little bit. So here's a nighttime look now with the stock reverse lights, just a nice yellow tint to them, as you can see. And then now onto the LED reverse lights. You can already see how much brighter those are. They are neon white compared to the stock ones. And even with the road light here, you can see it reflecting onto the ground just a little bit. But that is an insane difference. And real quick, just to take a look at the navigation screen with a backup camera, excuse the beeping, but you can see how you can actually see the lighting on the screen. So at nighttime, that is gonna do a really good job making it to where my backup camera actually sees a little bit better having good lighting in the rear. Alright guys, that is effectively going to end today's video. Good thing the dome lights are super bright so it looks like daylight, you can actually see me. But once again, huge shout out to Last Fit LED Lighting. Definitely check out the link to their website down in the description below. They have so many LEDs for all sorts of cars. I'm already loving these. I really love the improvement. More things are coming for the GTR. We're going to brighten this thing up just a little bit more. But anyways, that is it for today's video. Check out Last Fit. Give the video a huge thumbs up. Smash the subscribe button. We will see you all next video.